describe the roller coaster these two teams went on in the fourth?
I don't think it was a roller coaster for us. It was 14-29 for us, so we won by 15 points in the fourth. So it was an amazing effort to come back, to try to do the right things, to play with urgency, and just really proud of the guys to show resiliency and keep fighting over and over and over, take the lead, play good defense at the end. Obviously, giving credit to Paulo, amazing player. An amazing player. Players make amazing shots. I also think our guys made amazing shots. Proud of all of them. Towards the end, Noah, Egor, Mike scored throughout the whole game. It was really good to see, and it was good to see like I said, the defense in the fourth.
What were you seeing in Egor's confidence with each three being made down the stretch?
I mean, it's not the first time that you see him in the fourth quarter just letting it fly and the ball going in. And every time he shoots it, I think it's going in. So maybe got a little lucky on the one of the backboard, but those still count, right? So credit to him to have the conviction to shoot it, to make them. Very happy for him. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the win, but I'm very proud of the group for fighting and being resilient.
For much of the night, Michael was the only one that was able to finish shots. What happened where you were able to break through in that fourth?
I think Michael did a great job. I mean, it's like a lot of gravity because he makes the shots, and they try to guard him and put like the best defender and be physical with him. And this was a very physical game against a physical team. The game was called like a American football game, or a rugby game. And we adjusted and try to match the physicality, and that's how the NBA goes. Sometimes the trends change a little bit, but we have to adjust, we have to respond, we have to match whatever is out there, and I thought our guys did a great job.
Before the game, you brought up that you guys were going to see how Nick would play after missing the past two games. What did you make of his...
Say it again, sorry.
Before the game, you said you guys were going to evaluate how Nick looked after missing the past two games as far as like a minute's restriction. What did you make of his performance tonight? Like, how did he look on the floor to you?
Yeah, I think he helped the team. He was locked in. He supported his teammates. He played as hard as he could, and we'll have him back at normal minutes pretty soon. So happy to have him. We missed him, and now the games keep coming. So he's easily going to adjust to it.
No, we've been bombarding you with Dayron questions, but again tonight, it just felt like kind of winning play after winning play. Most notably, getting the rebound for the Egor three at the tie at the end. But just what has his energy and just willingness to do just about anything been for you guys?
Yeah, I mean he's been fighting. You see the minutes right there, almost 30 minutes. And like I said, that team was very aggressive. When you catch the ball in the paint, you either finish or spray it, and I think he did a very good job. He had 6 assists. Like I said in the pregame, as a team, we had to be ready to handle the physicality. We turned it over a little too many times as a team, but his performance was, I'm very happy. He played really hard, helped us make winning plays. Everybody remembers the shot, but like you said, that rebound for the kick out was amazing. So also proud of him. And I think these minutes have been valuable, and his growth has been out there, so I'm very happy to see that.
You spoke about the confidence with Egor, and this is now multiple games this season where he's maybe not having the best game, then he's able to just hit these massive shots down the stretch. What is it about him that you think allows him to kind of bounce back and thrive in those high-pressure moments as a rookie?
I think it's just special players can do those things, and we're seeing him now as a 19-year-old and a rookie, and he's able to make those shots in the fourth quarter. It's going to get harder because teams will know and probably will put more pressure, but he's a smart player that he'll use that pressure against teams, and I'm very happy to see that. I think there's a lot we can work on with him because there's a lot more. His ceiling is very, very high, the player that we believe he is. But like you said, there's something we cannot teach that is like those moments, and he has it in him.
Just first, I don't think we got an update on Terrence, who's been starting, and then, Zaire started, and we didn't see Terrence Mann tonight. So I was wondering if you could shed some light on why.
Yeah, it's just a matter of having a lot of players performing well, giving looks at different roles for different players, and he'll be back. So it's just a matter of me just seeing those roles and seeing those minutes. So that's pretty much it. And you guys have seen other guys out too, so you'll probably continue to see that, and that's the reason why. But he's been really good for us, a very good leader. His defense has gotten better, and you guys will see him again soon.
And then I was just wondering how you felt the guys responded to, the challenge of rotating and flying around after, like a lot of the doubles on Paolo at the top of the key, how you thought the defensive activity was given, that sort of pressure you tried to apply.
I thought it was good. I mean, we knew that rebounding was a big challenge. We ended up winning the second chance points right there, 21-15. But if you look at it, they shot 18 second chance points, which is like way too many, and you don't allow yourself to run the other way. So, it was good. When you put two on the ball, there's, effort, other multiple efforts you need behind. Those rotations are key, but I think in the Denver game and this game, when we've done it, the guys have done a great job. We have obviously rules, but it gets to the point that it's cover for one another, give your second, third, fourth effort, and these guys have done it over and over again.
Egor, you didn't hit your first basket of the night until there was less than 3 minutes in regulation. What did the game feel like for you after that moment?
I was just thinking about it because I knew you were going to ask it. I think, I've been talking about this before, like I really got to move on from the bad games to the next day because so many games in a row, especially now when January starts, right? And I think within the game, it's also, I'm really trying to be with the same mentality, not thinking of what happened before and just try to be best as I can be in present, basically. So,
What'd you feel from the crowd?
it was amazing. I thought it was awesome, and I think it helped us a lot. Obviously, I think the energy is one of the most important parts of runs like we did, right? And the crowd is definitely something that helped us to find this extra juice, right, for us to be able to push further and further.
Egor, what do you make of the energy Day'Ron played with tonight, especially in overtime, diving out of bounds for loose balls? He won that jump ball late that sprung a three for you. What are your thoughts on that?
Man, honestly, like, again, I hit those shots. Mike hit some shots. Everybody hit something. But if Day'Ron didn't do what he'd done, I wouldn't get none of these shots because I got two of them from his hustle play. And I think sometimes it's even more important than being able to score the ball. I think, to have that mentality, hanger as he has, and really being able to sacrifice his body, right, and his effort towards his teammates. And I'm really proud of him. I think his impact to the game tonight was probably, for me, was number one for us.
Was there anything that you discerned or figured out or processed about the way they were defending you through the first 3 quarters that allowed you to get more space in the fourth and overtime?
I don't think so. I don't think they changed something, extremely. I think they're a very physical team, and they were physical throughout the whole game. And at the end of the day, it was on us to decide how we want to play against this physicality, and especially me, obviously, because they were intentionally pressing me and being physical, things like this. And, for us, as I said, we just had to figure it out.
I know it's probably hard to reflect right now, especially in this setting, but you just had one of the coolest moments of your NBA career, and then it comes in a loss. I guess, how would you describe just how you're feeling in terms of, I guess, the experience that you kind of just went through?
I actually just was thinking about it like that was one of those moments when, in high school or when I was a kid, I was shooting alone in the gym and thinking about moments like this and kind of going through things like I'm hitting the game-winning shot and, 5 threes in a row, whatever it is. And this was one of those, the moments that I was kind of manifesting when I was a kid. So it felt really, really good. But again, we didn't get a win, so it doesn't really matter anymore. And we're going into the next one. And answering your question, the experiences, obviously, it's a lot. I think not just for me, but for everybody. As many games as we can play like this, it's going to be very, very helpful.
Egor, this is now multiple games this season where you're not having your best game, but then in the fourth quarter, you're able to step up and hit some really big shots. Is that clutch gene or, that knack for the big moment, is that something that you feel you've always had, or where do you think that's coming from this season?
I don't know. I feel like I always kind of felt, growing up, comfortable in these type of situations, and it almost like if I have rough game, the end of the game would be kind of easier for me to get this energy out, right? Because I'm like, okay, that's, if not me, who else, sort of thing. Obviously here, the situation is different. There's a lot of people, if it's not me. But, I was lucky enough today to get those opportunities, to get those shots up, and hopefully it's a result of my work in the gym shooting, the ball.
Egor, obviously, you're not going to shoot 100% from three for the rest of the season like you did for this stretch in the last 2 quarters. But is there a lesson that you can kind of take in terms of, what your aggressiveness obviously did for yourself, but kind of did for the team as a whole there, as the way you guys played from the start of the fourth quarter on?
I think it's not just me, but everybody, right? To get the energy out of, as I was talking about the crowd, our bench was amazing this game. I thought it was awesome. Everybody were playing and everybody was impactful, even the guys who didn't get minutes, right? So it's not just about me getting this energy in, but the team effort and the group effort that brought us to the point of being able to come back to the game and, get to the overtime.